Hi Patrick, it's Matt from Iron Grip, Kurt from Iron Grip, and Josh behind the camera. We're going to go ahead and walk you through our adult course right now. For the whole course, the purple tape marks is our first point, orange tape mark is second, blue is third point. If there is a fourth point, it is fluorescent green. If there's a fifth point, it is fluorescent pink. So we're going to start our first obstacle here called tic-tac-go. There's our first point, second point, and third point.
Go.
All right, we're moving on to our second obstacle called hanging tough. On this obstacle, your first point marked with purple is the very first cliffhanger. Walking through the obstacle, your second point is the orange tape, the last cliffhanger before the bump out. For the various age groups, they will each have separate columns here of cliffhangers. Obviously, we're going to be running the younger divisions first. So when the 6 to 7s get done with their event, we'll pull the tape so that the 8 to 10s will know that this is their column, and then so on and so forth. So for the adults, they get to come all the way down to our half-inch cliffhangers here. Here's your third point, and then your fourth point is at the very top with the green. So Josh is going to demo real quick. And there's your fourth point. Alright, the third obstacle is called Let's Z If You Can Balance. Your first point will be secured once you step onto the first Z balance tank. You are only allowed to step from the point tape this way on this side, point tape this way on this side. You're not allowed to walk in the middle for the adults. The younger age groups, the 8 to 10 will be able to, but the 11 to 13 will not. So Kirk's going to demonstrate here. So there's point 1. Point 2, when you touch the orange. It's a long way. And third point. Alright, this is the fourth obstacle called rope-a-dope. On this obstacle, touching the trampoline is your first point. You can start with as much of a run-up as you want. Touching the first rope, there's the orange tape up there, is your second point. This rope is preloaded, so it will break away. Your third point comes from touching the second rope, and your fourth point will be on your dismount. So I'll show you real quick. Go. Alright, we're on to our fifth obstacle called On a Roll. The first point is just touching this long spinning pipe here. Second point comes from touching this one. Third point comes from touching this pipe. And your fourth point is your dismount. Like I had asked you in the message a little while ago, if it was okay if we could have a helper rope here, that would, if they were coming along the pipe and they weren't able to, that they felt that, or they felt they were going to fall, if they could grab it to get themselves one more point. So that's what this obstacle is. All right, Josh is going to demo that version using the cheater rope to get himself 2 points, a maximum of 2 points. So there would be a maximum of 2 points, and at that point he would have to drop and continue off the course. Now, if the competitor decides that they don't want to use this cheater rope, they can simply bypass it and attempt to achieve all 4 points. So here's 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, and 4 points. Yay. All right, moving on to our 6th obstacle called fish out of water. On this obstacle, your first point is secured when you jump from the trampoline and grab or touch the salmon ladder bar. Your second point will be secured when you travel with this transfer across to the orange tape marks. Your third point is when the salmon ladder bar reaches the blue tape marks, and your fourth point is when the bar reaches the green mark at the very top there. Josh is going to demo for us. 4 points, and he drops. Alright, moving on to obstacle number 7 called a rope divided. Your first point, as you can see here, is at the very beginning of the rope. You are allowed to use the salmon ladder post there to brace yourself as you're reaching out for that. Your feet are obviously not allowed to touch the floor. You can use your hands or your feet on it. Second point is past the divided point here, right here. And your third point will be achieved when you hit the blue tape mark at the very end. So Kirk's going to demo. 1 point, 2 points. Go. And 3 points. Yeah. All right, now we're moving on to our 8th obstacle called playing hooky. This is our only 5-point obstacle on the course. So your first point on this obstacle is secured when you have touched this first hole. Okay? Second point is moving up with these traveling hooks is when your hold that you're holding onto here comes in contact with that carabiner with the orange tape. That's number 2. Number 3 will be a transfer across plus this move to this carabiner. Point number 4 is traveling across onto the top carabiner over here. And your 5th point will be a dismount onto the landing platform. We're going to give the contestants the option of using either the ball holds or the cone holds. I'm not sure if that's okay or not, but hopefully you'll give me some feedback if it's not. I'm going to choose the cones. It will be starting from the red platform. I'm sorry I didn't say that.
1 point.
2 points. Oh no. Yes, 3 points. Got it. Whoa. 4 points.
Nice.
All right, moving on to obstacle number 9 called river stones. This obstacle, you have these 2 pipe caps here for your hands. Your hands must stay at all times on this side of the white tape line. This is a hands and feet obstacle. You have got to use your hands in order to move your feet and your body across. You get your first point with this on this step here. Your second point is when your feet touch this post-hoop. Third point is this one. Fourth point is when your hands and your feet have crossed the green line. All right. 1 point. 2 points. Here. 3 points. 4 points.
Okay.
All right, the final obstacle, number 10, is called walrus. We wanted to call it Walls R Us, but walrus sounds much better. So, the first point is secured when you have touched the 10-foot wall. That's designated with that purple tape. The second point is when you jump across the gap here onto the 12-foot wall. That white tape box there is there to allow the competitors to place 1 foot on the ground to get a solid push for the run up the 12-foot wall. And the third point is secure when you hit the buzzer. There you go. Good job. Alright, so that concludes our adult course walkthrough. Obviously there will be a couple variations for the younger age groups because we can't do things such as the salmon ladder. Or we're also going to switch up the balance, one of the balance obstacles as well. So that's that. If you have any questions or concerns or things you want us to fix in the course, just let me know as soon as possible. Thank you.